friends, I'm Alexis and today we are in the kitchen at the Solon Public Library. Today I'm going to show you how to make a vanilla extract. I learned just a couple of years ago how to make my own extracts and I've been doing it ever since because it's super fun and really easy. So there's a couple of things you're going to need to make your own vanilla extract. The first thing you're going to need is a bottle of alcohol. Here I've got a bottle of vodka. You're going to need some vanilla beans. I've got about 10, maybe 12 in this package. You're going to need a sharp knife. I'm using a paring knife today, and then a cutting surface to work with. The first thing I did was I took my vodka out of the bottle that it came in that had all the labels on it, and I put it in my own clear bottle. The reason I did this is purely aesthetics. It's going to be sitting on my counter for 8 to 10 weeks. I wanted it to look nice. So I took it out of the bottle that had all of the stickers on it and put it in my own bottle. You do not have to do this. You can do it in the bottle that it comes in. It does not affect the taste even a little bit. The other thing you could do is you could use other alcohols. Lots of people use brandy or bourbon or rum to make their vanilla extracts. Those are all perfectly acceptable things to do, but they are going to change the flavor of your vanilla a little bit. So if you're interested in that, you might want to try a smaller bottle of that and see if you like how it tastes, because whatever you put it in your baking, it is going to change the taste of that baking as well. There is a little bit of debate when it comes to choosing an alcohol. Some people argue that the more expensive alcohols produce a better extract, but I found that even a really cheap bottle of vodka is going to produce a better vanilla than like an imitation vanilla extract that you can buy and use at the store. So, first things we're going to do, I'm going to open up that bottle of vodka. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your vanilla beans one at a time, and you are going to cut them lengthwise. And as you do that, cutting them lengthwise, you're going to take all of that pulp that's on the inside. That's actually called caviar in a vanilla bean. So you're going to take that pulp and that caviar in your bean, and you're going to put it into your bottle of vodka or alcohol, whatever alcohol you decide. So if you can take that, and I'm just going to use the tip of my knife to scrape that all out, and you don't have to scrape all of it out, and have it go right into your bottle there. That pulp and that caviar is what is going to make your vanilla taste like vanilla instead of like vanilla flavored. It's going to taste like the vanilla extract instead of tasting like a vanilla flavored vodka. Okay? So there is a bit of debate also about the varieties of beans that you use. Vanilla beans are kind of like chocolate. There's lots of different kinds and they all have a little bit different taste. Some of them are darker, some of them are a little more floral, some a little earthier. You just kind of have to decide what you like. Today I'm using Tahitian beans. Those are my favorite and they also happen to be fairly inexpensive. A couple of years ago there was a worldwide vanilla bean shortage and so the price went up. But it seems like it's starting to come back down a little bit. And that's a really good thing. So I just sliced another one in half, and I'm just gonna scrape out that caviar and put it right in my bottle. And you don't have to get it all out because you're gonna drop the whole vanilla bean in, and it is gonna be so delicious when you use it. Now friends, the FDA mandates that to be called an extract, you have to have 13 ounces of vanilla beans per gallon. So that's like 1 ounce of vanilla beans per 8 ounces of alcohol. I tend to err on the side of caution and add a few more beans because I'd rather make sure that I have a true vanilla extract and not just a vanilla flavored alcohol. So I want to make sure that I'm doing that. So I am using 10 beans to this liter of alcohol. It does a pretty good job, but also the longer you let it set, the more it's going to infuse those things, the alcohol, with the inside of your beans. So I have a couple of examples here. I've got this smaller bottle that sits on my cabinet at home, on my counter at home, because it fits nicely in the cabinet. but also it can sit for a longer time. So I have quite a few beans in here. I've probably got 8 beans, and this is probably only 2 cups of alcohol. So it's a little bit darker color for a couple of reasons. It's got more beans in it, and also it's been sitting for a longer time. Then I've got this one that I think has 15 beans in it to a liter of vodka, and it's been sitting for about 3 months, and it's not quite as dark, and that's okay, it's still usable. You can start to use your extract after 8 weeks of it infusing on your counter. 10 beans to a liter of vodka is a pretty good mixture. If you want to do it in smaller bottles, you can, you just have to figure out the math. I sometimes use these little teeny tiny bottles and do them as gifts for my kids' teachers or for neighbors and friends. Those little bottles still take 8 weeks to infuse, but just do your math to make sure that you're getting enough vanilla beans in it so that you're getting an extract and not just vanilla flavored alcohol. Okay? So we're gonna take it today. I'm just doing the big bottle. And I'm gonna finish cutting these beans and getting them in the alcohol to start infusing. After you get all your beans in your bottle, you're going to want to take that and shake it up a little bit so that you have all of your caviar and all of your beans in there getting nice and infused. I usually let it sit on my counter for 8 weeks or in my cabinet. If you don't want it to be on your counter and be seen, a cold, dark place is great for it too. You're going to want to take it out every couple of weeks and give it a good shake and make sure that those beans are really getting all of the pulp out. You want that caviar to make it taste nice and good. So you're going to wait it and let it sit for 8 weeks, and then you have some vanilla extract ready to use. And that, my friends, is how you make your own vanilla extract. Some people take it after the 8 weeks and they strain all that pulp out. I like it inside. I think it gives it a little extra flavor, a little extra texture, so I leave it in and I do my baking with it in there. So happy baking, enjoy your extract, and join our Facebook group. I'll put the link over here. Join our Facebook group and show us what you made and show us what you're gonna make with your lovely extract. We'll see you next time.